you doing? We're going to go over the cage sequence, which is a method of learning how to connect all your chords through the guitar neck. From octave to octave, basically. So there's 5 chord shapes that every key has all 5 of these shapes. So what we're starting with is a C shape, just like a C major chord, an A shape, just like an A major chord, a G shape, just like a G major chord, an E shape, just like an E major chord, and a D shape, just like a D major chord. So basically what the method is kind of, when you play these chord shapes, you use a fingering like this, but you don't really think about what the nut is actually doing. So if you didn't have a nut there, you would have to bar with your finger just like that. So that would make the chord shape movable if you were able to play it like that. So since I'm starting on the note C, that's a C major chord. I can move it up to D. The open strings, I mean, it still sounds okay just because those notes work with D. But to play a real D major chord, root, third, fifth, root, third, just those tones, you'd have to bar it. So that's called like a C shape. So what this method is all 5 of those chord shapes connect, kind of like the hip bone connects to the whatever bone. I don't know, I'm not a doctor. But anyway, C shape connects to an A shape. It's just like an A major chord, but we're moving it up. See, it's on A there. Move the root up on C. And I'm just using my 3 fingers in between there. You can just bar it. Since the chord voicing goes root, 5th, root, 3rd, you already have a 5th, so you don't necessarily need that 5th right there. You can use it, but it's not absolutely necessary that you have to. Or you can play the chord like this. And that's only if you have trouble getting your fingers in there like that. The next shape is a G shape, just like a G major chord, but we're putting the root up on C. So we have a root, 3rd, 5th, root, 3rd, and then another root. It's kind of a tough one there. Then from that root, it's the E shape, just like an E major chord, but we're putting the root up on C. And then finally, the D shape, which is off the octave of that. It's just like a D major chord, just like that, but you don't have to put your finger there because of the nut. So then you're moving that up on the note C and playing from that. So you have a C shape, A shape, G shape, or full G shape, E shape, and the D shape. So those are all your C major chords, all the way from octave to octave, and then it starts over again. Like that. So let's transpose this into the key of D major. We have a D major chord. So C, A, G, E, D. Then it starts over again. C, A, G, E, and then D again, or the full D shape. Like that. So we have this again. Or the full G, and then the E, and the D. Same thing with the A chord. C, A, G, E, D, and back to the C shape. So I'm saying shapes, so these are all A major chords. So A major A shape, A major G shape, A major E shape, A major D shape, A major C shape. Same with E major. a lot of ways you can use this. One, let's say you're playing like Rockin' in the Free World or something like that. Something like that, you're using all A shapes. That's just a minor A shape. So what I do is I would take that chord progression, keep it, say I'm singing the song or something, and I would move this shape from an A shape up to a G shape, because that would bring me in the same position I started in. So it's going to go, next chord is here, I'm going to bring that up to a G shape, then the last chord is here, I'm going to bring that to a G shape, then to an E shape. So now my chords are going to move like this. Instead of. So it's just another way to find all your chords, a bunch of different ways for soloing. That's another thing that it's good for, because now you know where your target notes are in one position. You won't have to move all around on the guitar neck. The next thing is learning how to change them into major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, minor 7, flat 5, suspending chords, whatever. So you want to learn the voicings of these. So we're going to go through the voicings real quick. This is important. We'll just do it in the key of C major. Root, third, fifth, root, third. Root, third, fifth, root, and third. That's a C shape. The A shape is root, fifth, root, third, and then another fifth. The G shape is root, third, fifth, root, third, root. The E shape is root, fifth, root, third, fifth, root. The D shape is root, fifth, root, third. So if you look at the D shape, root, fifth, root, third. The A shape, root, fifth, root, third, fifth. And the E shape, root, fifth, root, third, fifth, root. They're the same type of voicing. So you have two voicings. The C and G shape are stacked root, third, fifth, and then root, third. The A, E, and D shapes are all stacked root, fifth, and then root, third, fifth, like that. So just try and memorize that. That's important. So when we're altering these chords and changing it, see if we have enough time here, I would know that behind, in a scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, behind my octave, 1/2 step is a 7. So I would know behind this octave in the C shape, root, third, fifth, root, there's my 7. So 1, 3, 5, 7, that changes that C shape into a major 7. The A shape, root, fifth, root, third, that octave, move it down, and now we have a major 7. Root, fifth, 7th, third, fifth. The G shape, it's a tough one to turn into a major 7. Root, third, fifth, root. You'd have to do that. Or just play the high extension of the chord, which would be a fifth, root, third, and then an octave. Take that octave and lower that down. So let's go through that again. Major 7. Major 7, major 7, back up to the E shape. This one you have 3 octaves to work from, so you can either do a full, like a bar chord shape, take your octave here, move that down, or you can exclude this fifth, play a root, 7th, 3rd, 5th, like that, and that's like a jazz voicing there. Like I said that, jazz. So intellectual. Or do like the upper half of the chord, which starts from this octave, root, third, fifth, root, and take that root, lower that.